Welcome to this class where we're doing a post I was just on a plane reset for the body. You're going to need a block for this. Go ahead and sit on your block. Take your hands to your chest and lightly pull downwards. Take your left ear to your left shoulder without lifting or dropping the chin. Feeling a nice stretch on the right side of the neck. Option to extend the right arm long and move it about or keep it still. Breathing into it, maybe open or close the jaw. A lot of these tissues are connected. And my favorite, using the hands to help massage the tissues from the chin down to the shoulder. Now take your chin, turn it downwards towards your armpit. Option to take the hand on the back of the head to increase this stretch at the back of the neck and continue to breathe. Helping melt away some of the tension that happens when maybe flying is stressful for you. We're going to move to the other side. Take your right ear to your right shoulder. Option to use your hand on top of your head or place it on your sternum. And breathe. You can massage your tissues downwards or extend the left arm or put it behind the back. You have a lot of options here based upon your body's needs. Opening and closing the jaw if you found that to be helpful with releasing tension from this area. Turn your chin downwards towards your armpit to target the back of the neck again. Option to massage those muscles as well, and use your hand to push your forehead back up. Turn your head towards the left, using your left hand to help rotate the neck. Try not to turn your sternum with it. These rotational muscles are just as important as the lateral ones that we were stretching earlier. And then we'll switch sides, turning your head to the right, using the right hand to help guide the chin. Take a few breaths here. A normal-ish range of motion is chin roughly over the collarbone. And bring your head back to center. And we'll transition down onto our back, having the block nearby. Your knees will be bent. Place the block between the thighs. Feet are hip width apart. Make sure you can't touch your heels with your hands. I'm pressing into the tops of my thighs here while trying to grow my spine a little long. I'm trying to create some space in my hip capsules. I'm taking a few breaths to help decompress my spine because I've been sitting for a long time. With the block between my thighs, hands on the low belly, I'm going to press into my feet and lift my hips. So you should do the same. Try not to let your feet turn outwards. Tuck the tailbone to engage the glutes. And then begin to turn your pelvis to the left like a steering wheel. You'll feel the weight shift in your feet, but I'm dropping my right hip and my left hip lifts up and turns a little to the right. And I'll go back and forth a few times and then bring it back to the center and begin to lower and lift your hips. You can place the hands on the pelvis to give your nervous system feedback as to what it is moving. Notice that my toes are not lifting, so really press through your feet here to get this posterior chain connected. Reach your hands up towards the ceiling. Take your left hand to pull back your right fingers. Continue to breathe into your diaphragm in all dimensions. Move your right thumb around a bit and then switch wrists. Option to bring your feet in a little bit closer and begin to lower and lift your heels to wake up the bottoms of the feet and the calves. Continue to breathe. And then lower your heels. Lower your hips slowly down towards the ground. Remove your block. And then bring your right knee in towards you and begin to circle in your hips. Keep the knee bent or extend the leg long. I'm using my left hand on the outside of the left thigh to try not to let it move. So keep the left side steady while you circle in the other direction with your right leg. Place your right foot down, bring your left knee in, and begin to circle. The only thing really moving is my left hip. Extend the leg long if you'd like to add a little bit more stress in the system. This should feel slow and not demanding. Circle in the other direction if you haven't already. Place your left foot down. Grab your block again, placing it the thinnest way between your knees, and bring your knees over your hips, finding that the sacrum is flat on the ground. Hands come behind the head. Interlace your fingers and point your elbows upward towards the ceiling instead of outwards towards opposite walls. Exhale, lift up, pressing your forearm down into your front ribs on the left side, and inhale, lower the head and shoulders. Exhale, lift up, take your right forearm across your rib cage, gently pulling them down. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, lift up. Left forearm comes across the rib cage and slightly turn towards the right, staying off the right shoulder blade. Come back to center, inhale, and lower down. Exhale, lift up. Right forearm comes to the front rib cage, small turn towards the left. Come back to center, inhale, lower down. Exhale, lift up. Left forearm to the rib cage, small turn towards the right. Option to straighten the legs and then bend them. Come back to center, inhale, lower down. Exhale, lift up. Right forearm to the ribs, small turn to the left. Option to straighten your legs here and then bend them. Come back to center, inhale, lower down. Exhale, come up. Small turn to the right without the forearms now, and tip the knees to the left. Turn the sternum to the left, tip the knees to the right. Come back to center, inhale, lower down. Exhale, lift up, small turn to the left, knees tip to the right. Back to center, sternum to the right, knees to the left. Come back to center, inhale, and lower down. Good job. Move the knees left and right. Take a moment to breathe. Take your arms out to a T, extend your legs long, and then sweep one leg to one side. Bring it back to center, and then sweep your right leg to the right side. These are called lower body rolls. They feel good after you've done a little bit of abdominal work, which is important for the breath. If you'd like to stay on one side for a little bit longer, please feel free to do so. Continue to breathe and move. I'm taking my right leg across the body and just enjoying the stretch across my body in this twist. You can always use a hand or blocks to support the leg that is on top. We don't want, a good stretch to make us be in pain. So bend the knee also if needed. Breathe in and breathe out. And come back to center. Make your way up to your hands and knees. Just kidding. Roll onto your left side. Left elbow comes under the left shoulder. Knees are at about a 45-degree angle. Press down into your forearm and shins and lift your hips while reaching your right arm up and over your head. Breathing into the right side of the body. Finding some space here. Bring your right hand to your ribs now. Option to let the head go. Or bring it back to center. And you're going to lift your top leg and lower it about 10 times, trying to stay steady in the rib cage and bring some heat into the top hip. This is one of my favorite things to do. Good. Lower your hips. Stagger your legs so you're in this Z-seated position. Lower your right hand to the ground and reach your left arm up and over. If this is really tight in the right hip, feel free to extend your right leg nice and long as you open up this left side of your rib cage between the ribs and the hips, and breathe. Come back upright and we'll switch sides. So lower onto your left side, left elbow underneath of the shoulders, press down into the shins, lift the hips, reach the left arm up and over, breathing into the left side now. Feeling the front ribs hug in. It might be enough to just stay here. But again, if you'd like to make it a little more challenging, begin to lower and lift your top hip, awakening the left glute med and holding the ribs steady. Lower the hips, stagger the feet. Coming into this seated position, lower your left hand down, reach the right arm up and over. Let the head go. Find space in the rib cage. And come back upright. Bring the hands down. And now we make our way onto the hands and knees for quadruped. Hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Begin to cat and cow the spine. Your toes can be tucked or the feet flat, but we're really trying to move in this sagittal plane, paying attention to where you might hold some of your tension. Letting the shoulders come down away from the ears when we come into cow pose. And round and maybe sit back as you make your way into cat pose. Begin to laterally move the ribs a little bit, left shoulder to left hip, right shoulder to right hip. And now begin to rock back towards your heels to start to stretch the bottom of your feet. You can keep your hands on the ground and come to whatever position feels best. You can have the toes tucked. That's what's going to give you the best stretch. Or come fully upright in the chest to stretch. Walk your hands forward. If you would like some padding for your knees, please feel free to grab it. We're coming into this modified warrior 2 position. So your left knee is coming onto the blanket. Your right foot is stepping out and turning outwards at about a 90-degree angle. Hands come to the hips. Tuck your tailbone so you feel this stretch in the front of your left thigh. And then you can begin to shift your weight towards your right knee. I'm using a hand here to help make sure my knee doesn't move inwards towards the front side of the body. And this is opening up your groin, hips, all the places that get tight after sitting on a plane for a while. Step your right foot now forward in front of you for a 90-90. Reaching the left arm up, hugging your front rib cage in, and find some space here in the front of your left hip. I like to use my hands to kind of help hug in this area because my body doesn't always understand where my hips are in space. Let's switch sides. Bring the blanket underneath of your right knee. Turn your left toes out and step them outwards to a 90-degree angle. Feel the pubic bone in front, pull up, and begin to lunge towards your left side. Breathing here. Feel free to stay whenever position feels good, or you can continue to move. This side feels a little bit different than my other side. And so I'm just exploring, as should you. Step your left foot in front. Option to reach the right arm up in the air or keep it on the low belly. Breathe and find space. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Step your feet forward, making your way into a bent knee forward fold. Hands can be on a block or a chair, just enough to kind of open up everything from the bottoms of the feet to the top of the head. And know that you can bend your knees as much as you need to here or straighten. And then drop the hips low, toes can turn out as you drop into your version of a squat. If your heels need to be lifted, know that that's okay. And we're just transitioning back and forth from this forward fold to a squat, opening up the hips. You don't have to drop as low as you possibly can. Find a position that feels good for you. Pick a position, stay in it, take a few breaths. Let any tension melt out the top of your head. Move the ribs. And then we're moving into a pigeon pose. So however you would like to transition into pigeon, your left knee is in front. Ankle is slightly out from under you. And you're sitting back in the hips, extending the right leg long. I'm using a block underneath my forearms. You can keep your torso as upright as you wish. Know that you can bend your back knee as much as you need to. Coming into the position like we did earlier on our side, where we staggered our feet, you can be in that position and fold over your front knee. If you can't visualize that, no worries. Breathe into all sides. We won't be here for too long, but know that as this video is ending, you're more than welcome to stay in pigeon pose a little bit longer. Let's switch sides, bringing the right knee forward, extending the left leg back, transitioning as slow as you need to. There is no rush. Finding space here for your body. Notice I'm not forcing my right hip to the floor. It can be down, it can be up. Honestly, it's all about the position of your hip and how tight it may be, and or how much flexibility you might have. So go with, I like this stretch, as opposed to I'm forcing myself into this stretch. And that is it. Take some time to pause and reset. Notice how your body feels and go about the rest of your day.